The invention of the internal combustion engine created the need for gasoline. The U.S. government was his largest client. As a result, Rockefeller used his influence and money to lay the groundwork for a complete takeover of the healthcare industry as well. Using his political contacts, who were essentially on his payroll for their elections, he had natural healing methods banned, doctors thrown into prisons, and hospitals and clinics threatened with being shut down if they did not follow his game plan and medical research, and was instrumental in pioneering various medical treatments, including vaccines, antibiotics, and synthetic drugs, which would become the cornerstones of the burgeoning pharmaceutical industry. To hire, train, and then deploy his doctors, clinical researchers, and chemists who would perform and follow his guidelines, banning traditional treatments in favor of the new platform. The result was the Flexner Report of 1910, which called for a centralized system of controlling healthcare in a true socialist fashion, but also created the age of big pharmaceutical companies. You see, up until that time, most doctors practiced holistic medicine, using natural herbs and compounds to treat illness, which had been the case for many centuries around the world, and many were highly effective. But they were not as profitable for a pharmaceutical company hoping to break into the very new and potentially profitable drug industry. He started the war on plant-based medications, which extended all the way into the big pharma companies condemning cannabis and cocaine, for example. Since natural growing plants cannot be patented, the big pharma lobby even today spends billions in Congress to keep natural remedies off the market so they can make profits on chemically created treatments, many of which don't even work. This in turn benefited his own growing chemical business once the competition was removed. We saw this major conflagration during the COVID-19 pandemic when Big Pharma coerced Congress and President Joseph Biden to condemn much cheaper, safe, readily available, and proven remedies such as hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin in favor of an experimental and now proven failed vaccine that was cheap to produce but patented for profit. Rockefeller then began producing his own medicines with a petroleum base, meaning oil, which is a known carcinogen, and most of these were highly addictive. Traditional herbal treatments were then labeled as alternative, and he lobbied and bribed politicians to have them banned as unscientific quackery. Then he got the insurance companies on board to ban payments for such treatments. He did this also by taking control of the American media, with the collusion of the great newsmen of the day, Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst, who helped spread his propaganda as all would see a profit. He also took over the American Medical Association, where he could control what was being taught in medical schools and push his doctrine that supported his own poison pill business, eliminating natural healing from the curriculum. Doctors and professors who challenged this new orthodoxy were fired, banned from teaching and practicing medicine, and their licenses were revoked. To give context to this evil by Rockefeller, once it was proven that his own manufactured medicines were causing cancer, he founded the American Cancer Society and prevented any of that information from being disclosed, and then still prevented natural remedies from being used by the medical profession. We saw this recently with the big pharmaceutical companies giving the COVID-19 injections and hiding the downside of the massive rejections and side effects of those shots.